Hello, hello, and welcome to Computer Tycoon. My name is CT Pro Plays, and today we're going to be starting the long-awaited Season 3. So as you can see, it's been a while since I recorded CT content, and at the moment we are on version 0.9.09H03. This third hotfix here isn't shown up in the information and news column. However, it is a hotfix and it fixed an issue I had with my monitor. I'll show you later what the issue was, but yeah. But this version makes it a lot easier for me to record a Computer Tycoon without causing issues. So right here, this is the settings column. If you want, you can see. So here's map mouse sensitivity. That's where you change your map mouse. Here's the resolution. Game quality full. I think Pregorian should probably rephrase this because I don't know, like fast is makes sense, then good, beautiful, and full. Full. And beautiful and full, but beautiful sounds more than full, but it isn't in this. So we've got anti-aliasing here. I'm gonna set that to X8, yeah. Anisotropic. Don't know what that does. There's texture quality. I got full resolution, full screen on, and all of this is set on, so everything would be good. Now this, I have to be in game to be able to adjust that. And I can choose the mouse. This is my favorite one. I've always liked this one, and yeah. So without saying more, it's time to get into the game. I'm going to be going randomized here, just because I feel like if I go randomized, it'll be kind of, it changes a lot, and it makes it seem a bit better. So this is my second time playing this. I played previously on Entrepreneur, and I think I did well, but I'm going to play on Entrepreneur here. I think and during the series I'll probably try and test out Visionary here. There's also Tycoon and Impossible. Impossible I used to be able to do, but now I don't think I can. Tycoon I can do that, I believe, but it requires a lot of micromanaging. I kind of want to do a lot less micromanaging here and just have a fun series, so Entrepreneur here. This is my comfortable level. I'm pretty comfortable here, but I kind of want to do a bit of role playing. Not really, but yeah. So here we got it. Entrepreneur difficulty. Yeah, you've got to change difficulty now. They've changed the names for these. So yeah. And now you've got victory goals and keeping them. One very cool thing is random events. I think there was a tick here for a long time ago for random events and just got deleted. But now it's back because we've actually created random events. They're not really crazy or anything, but they're fun, I guess, if you could say that. But yeah, so in terms of our avatar, I think I'm actually going to keep my Steve avatar, and I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. You know what? I could probably just call myself CT Pro Plays. I don't know what I should name our company. I don't know. Perhaps that. Bonus, I always go research. Maybe one day I'll do production or logistic, but research is my favorite because that's usually the most expensive part. Color, yeah, I'm gonna do the CT Pro Plays blue. I'm still waiting for Pregorian to fix an issue involving this color because I'm not going to use it for a while. It's a lot darker than this here, and I think maybe a mistake, but that color just does not show up on the statistics. So yeah, without any more to say, let's jump in. So here's a time to talk about the new changes. You should have watched my previous video if you want to know some of them, but there's a new logistics system. Pretty much everything has been overhauled. Like prices of things have changed, like factories, labs. Pretty much everything has changed, except like marketing. Marketing changed in version. I think the most influential version of Computer Tycoon was probably version 9.5. It was definitely something Like, yeah, I think this might be the second most because 9.5 was pretty much what you were playing on before. Just there was managers and there was negotiation. There's all that. CEO negotiation, I really like. It's my favorite. Oh yeah, this is in the open beta branch. So if you want to play this version, it's in the open beta branch. If you don't like that, you can still play the previous one without the CEO negotiations. At the moment, there's been a lot of like changing going on, and like it's kind of like fixing up stuff and everything, and that's kind of what they're doing. So what are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna do full charisma because I want to hire a manager. Marketing, that seems good. And I'm probably just gonna dump 60 points in infiltration. Perhaps I could have a play around with that later, but at the moment. So now it's time for me to roll a manager. I need to have. I wish. Please wish me the best of luck. I want one that has the. I want Emmer Brown. Play on Emmett Brown from back to the, or whatever. I'm looking for him. There he is. This is my favorite manager, just because he's got the most research. You can actually only normally set it up to 70 if you press the reset button. So yeah, done. There should be a back button because oftentimes you skip past the manager. I don't like doing this rolling, but I just kind of want the little advantage here. And that'll definitely be required if I'm playing on a high difficulty. So here we go. We've got, this is the world map here. So if you want to start, I probably would turn on filthy rich markets and look for one that has low tax. Angola here looks right. Yeah, Angola. I'm gonna put my first logistic point into Angola. And afterwards I think I'm just going to expand to India here because this is randomized, so it changes how everything works. Now, I do find something disappointing that there's not many rich markets, and I'm eventually going to have to move into average market. Russia, though, is a decent average market. That will be later, much better. So yeah, this is the computer list. We're going to create our computer here. Home computer. Oh, something's happening here, but also my company again plus computer co. Hobby plus. There we go. That's our first computer here. And you've probably seen these screens before, always, like, here you got hobby. I'm just gonna do whatever here. 2.75 megahertz, always do that because they changed the base clock thing so it's no longer as expensive as it used to be in terms of PP. So anyway, sliders are much less impactful. However, capacity and multipliers are still very expensive. Or they used to be, well, capacity used to be, they just made base clock much cheaper to add. Just gonna stroll through this here. I'm still getting used to my new laptop's keyboard, so I'm not typing as fast as I usually would be. Storage wise, I'm thinking it's gonna go. Always go 600 kilobytes at the start because that's enough to beat them all. And this is the one thing I'd still do minus 15, minus 15. There we go. Storage is very expensive to get new versions of, so. Thunder power supply. The motherboard, now this is the most important part. At the start, I only use the DIN connector, so I always do that. There we go. Operating system wise, we're going to do the opcode system. And the blinking indicator lights. So there, we have all of our stuff here. 305.10 pp. I definitely usually get that here. We've got decent storage here. Everything should be good. I'm gonna set the campaign to crazy because marketing is no longer as impactful because you don't just put in one LP in your markets. And here I'm gonna say performance. I think this was how it used to be. Not entirely sure. This should be, anyways, how it should work. Essential. On time to test our computer out. It's 8,000 computer Tycoon dollars. That's generally the best. So we're gonna go to Angola here and we're gonna build a $2 million site. After we've built the $2 million site, we're gonna go into so we're gonna go look at filthy rich markets just for now. Build another site. I can't build a site there, but I can build a site in Spain. Very expensive, but I think it's worth it. And a poor market. Poverty. Only want the poor of the poor market. Seems like most markets in this game are poor, so at least it isn't poverty. France. I still can't see customers here, but yeah. So we've got a bunch of sites here. 12 million. What happens if I sell a site and then buy the site back? 8.4 million. Right, so this is Spain. I found the infinite money glitch, guys. Gregorian, you should fix this. Site selling is actually gives more money than if you were. For example, here I can just repeat this over and over. It only gives me $400,000, but if I do this enough, I can. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna exploit this too much. I think Gregorian really needs to fix that issue here. Oh yeah, and you can sell market. So if I go here back again, France, Spain, and Angola. Right, I'm just increasing my cash flow. That is not what's supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be losing money when I'm selling my site. It's kind of crazy that's how it works, but whatever. I'm gonna upgrade research. Oh yeah, do you see this little big next level? I was too quick to judge it. It isn't as bad anymore, but like you can see it kind of flashing. Oh, it depends on where I put it. If I put my cursor at the exact right position, it works well. So let's upgrade a couple of marketing. France is our poverty site, so they're gonna be. Let's build an office in all of my markets. Research. This one's going to have a fab. Now, logistic is one of the most important things you need to buy that. And recreation has completely been overhauled with new updates. So now it's tech breakthrough rates instead of being required for factories. So I think that's a good change, but I've never had a tech breakthrough ever occur in all my time playing. So I don't know. So here I'm going to find another manager with my guy here. And let's create a research queue. Now, this is pretty repetitive to start because you kind of always put the same tech here. For example, I'm going to put the keyboard, S100 bus BIOS, built-in speaker. I'm going to put the teletype because that usually gets cheaper. VLSI, compositor chip. Yeah, and the printer also kind of gets cheaper over time. Yep, so I think it's a good idea to unpause here. And yeah, just see how we're gonna do. We're losing money. Okay, everybody, all the factories are out. Let's market the Hobby Plus. And what should we do? We should probably upgrade. Oh, I upgraded the wrong thing. That's going to be... it's not actually a bad idea. Let's upgrade the office everywhere, no? Are we profiting? We're profiting just a small amount, but as long as we're in profit, then we're profiting. Now, I'm not making as much of a profit because I have, well, I'm waiting for my India logistic point. That's going to be really helpful. Ooh, that is giving me a lot more profits. Almost enough so that I can upgrade my research lab, right? In Angola. There we go. I'm losing money now. What's happened? Someone move into my market. It's crazy. Oh, maybe my site finished building or something? Oh no, I have to look here. What happened here? Glass teletype, quickly get that. Get that before it becomes... That eventually... Oh, that was probably my factory upgrading. That's good. 62 cents per production here, and that's 2.5 million, but it takes away another 70. Yeah, fine. Oh, I don't have enough money. That's an important issue. That's an issue. Don't have enough money. I think I'm just gonna put that in the back burner at the moment. Let's get BIOS. Why not? It's kind of important. Now, I think it's time to look at my computer sales here. It's doing well. Popular Electronics only has 9 out of 10. That's really usual. I think if you have 8,000, it cannot go above. You have no alternative. Oh, there's one alternative here, and it's the Forcer Chips HC. And apparently 7 of those were sold yesterday. We are doing remarkably well. We've got most of the market here under control. Probably because we're expanding very heavily, maybe. Yeah, nowadays, if you look at Detroit here, oh my god, 394 million people. They should be way in front of me with only these two markets. It's because Detroit here actually doesn't have as much as... Should I upgrade that? There we go. That's an upgrade. And let's upgrade the office there, why not? Let's build recreation, because I just want to see it in action. Just recreation in action. 8 for the printer. Oh, I am not expanding. That is a big issue if you're not expanding. So rich and filthy rich markets I'm looking for. Ones that aren't occupied anyways. By Venezuela here, Tanzania here. To put a logistic point to Tanzania and Venezuela. There we go. We're now going to move into Tanzania here. Now with randomized you have to go into often African and Asian markets much more than Europe would. Yeah, glass teletype. Are we going to finish researching that? That's great. Now we've got glass teletype. Printer here, we're going to get that done. How long does 79 take? I could probably do the division in my head, but there's VLSI here. That'll take 21 days. That's not worth it unless it gets cheaper. Oh, 63. That should be much more worth it. 17 days. That'll be 27. Yeah, I'm going to go VLSI just because that'll be a lot more profit in the long run. Oh, this always pops up. Like, I do not know. I cannot do anything about it popping up here. That's 50 million, so I can't afford that. Let's upgrade everything here. 4 logistic points here. I still need enough money, though, to test my new computer. VLSI. So we got everything out that we kind of need. Tape drives are very useful though. Hobby Plus, we're going to create now the Home Plus. This will be our next computer here. I'm going to grab a printer and a keyboard into it. It's going to have new memory sticks. It's going to be the home memory. It's a bit of an upgrade. It's only a small upgrade. Just gonna put VLSI at the end of it because that's the only real thing. Slightly cheaper here. Everything's just gonna become cheaper with this new build. But yeah, the only thing that glass teletype here. You can do the teletype here. It's 5250. It's pretty expensive. Well, it's only 250 more expensive, but and PP is like half of your PP is essentially how much it costs. Like changes between our factories. So our motherboard is much more expensive here, so we could probably make this the home board. It should be the best though because it's got BIOS, S100 bus. It's got a lot more features and everything. This computer should be a runaway hit. I hope. Anyways. Performance. I do have the highest performing computer, but it's gonna time Intel Home Plus. Oh yeah, now it's actually worth it to keep your old computers on the market for a short time. At least a short time. Let's upgrade our logistics here. And it's not even that bad to get that up. Oh, that's 12.5 million. You know what? I'm doing it. It saves me a bit of money. But let's upgrade our marketing here to be 5%. Because now that means I just want free marketing eventually. Now it's time to save up for a lot of money. Ooh, is there anything I want to research? The tape drive seems like a good idea. What's here that'd take a really long time. Composite monitors would. Oh, why am I getting composite chips? Those will eventually get cheaper. Let's market that. There we go. We're gonna lower our old Hobby Plus down to 6,000 here, so it's still profitable. But yeah, now this marketing icon will appear. I think that's a bug because as soon as I press play, it disappears. So it's probably a bug. Compositor chips will go to the end of the queue here. Ooh, I'm not expanding. That is a big issue. I need to start expanding again. Where should I expand to though? Is there any markets here that are good to expand to? Not Japan here. Portugal's got way too much tax. Let's go into Italy, why not? And New Zealand is rich. Let's put an average. Russia though is taken, and honestly I'd rather go now into, let's put like 5 logistics points into there, then 5 into there. So there, we're now going to have a nice logistics key. Now all my logistics factories are going to be level. Okay, so my research, I don't know. I think it's probably better to go Scuzzy here. Scuzzy. Oh, and ATA is definitely... Is ATA my queue? Where's ATA? Oh, no, it's ATA. Okay, time to upgrade to the level 3 lab. And level 3, I know. I'm just gonna look for a new site. Let's build a site somewhere. Filthy rich market, like Sudan here though. That is a nice market. I mean, lab. Yeah, let's put that here. Little office here. Pretty. Oh no, this thing is popping up again. I know. I said Pregorino was fixed because it was kind of fixed. Oh man, their logistics. That's probably the only reason I built it, anyways. Positor chips are getting cheaper. Everything is getting cheaper almost. Like, is it still worth it to sell my old computer here? release, how much was it? It was making 59 grand, slowly but surely fizzling away its actual value. Got 8 research points right now. So how much would compositor chips take? Though it's a very expensive tech, but like 18 days. Okay, then I'll research it if it takes just 18. That would be good, right? Yeah, 1 month essentially for 6 micron. Compositor chips would also be good, but ooh, this computer is no longer making me any money. Okay, time to end its lifespan, I guess. And anyways, let's get some upgrades here. I'm gonna have 20% marketing efficiency upgrades. So yeah, upgrade there. Oh, I want to get that level 5 factory. Would it be worth it? I'm gonna have 100 million PP a day, so yeah, it'll probably be worth it. Let's get 6 micron here and let's just give it a day. There we go. I actually don't know whether I'll have the time. No, I don't think it's worth it. So it's time to go home plus. I know. Give my naming scheme an award method, but anyways. Memories are upgraded now, so now I can do like 2.5. There, that would be 2. My performance here is going to be really good. And on this one, it's going to be really good performance. Just going to do the same thing here. 2.5. 562.5 kilohertz. It's the same price actually. Actually, it is the same price if I do 2.5. It's just a performance upgrade, which is pretty good. This computer is going to be really expensive to manufacture, but I think it's going to be a good idea in the end to produce. Oh, the Winchester, I'm going to have to do the ATA Winchester. That looks like a hard drive, though. I don't think ATA should grant just a hard drive look, because that does not look like a Winchester to me. So why not upgrade my graphics card here? Let's get 2.5 here. Let's do 0.04. I don't know why, but anytime I do that, I call this the 40-byte card. And you know what? I'll do it at 1.87 megahertz. Now I got 40 bytes. Is that actually 40? Yeah, it is 40. 40 bytes of RAM. Is that impressive? Well, technically it isn't 40. It's something like 40 dot or whatever. Because in 1 kilobyte is actually 1024 bytes. But anyways, it's way too technical. I'm not going to put AT on the motherboard. That is a really bad idea. 6 micron, let's lower that feature advantage just down to 6. Because then it's much cheaper to produce it then, and still a great motherboard in terms of that. And yeah, it's still not the best in ease of use. Dator systems. Oh, the prestige is really bad. Probably because if I'm gonna show everybody's computers here, not the archived ones. Let's see. Cheap and great. No wait, massive modules, Afari and Brutal are still stuck on their blinking little lights display. I don't know what's happened to them. Where did they get EEPROM from? I swear, Brutal Data spend their whole research budget on ROM. Are you actually kidding me? Sometimes I get really confused at the AI's product. So let's see, everybody here's got decent, cheap and great 6 micron. That makes a little more sense. There we go. If you want, you could pause here if you want to see. That's normal. Big's normal, normal, Well, no, not that. Brutal Data's motherboard is crazy. Memory, nothing special. Well, I mean, they've got the 6 micron special, so yeah, they've got really performative modules here. Storage, how's storage looking? Everybody's 500 kilobytes and I'm 600, so I'm better. Regardless of whatever. Operating systems, they're all the same, except mine is slightly better. And monitors. Oh, monitors are kind of strange. Some people still have, well, the blinking lights. Some people have times, but Dator systems here, yeah, Dator is doing the best because Dator here has got those. And well, I don't mean doing the best because here, cheap and great is definitely becoming my competitor here, but they're in different markets, so I'm gonna go on my alternatives here. Okay, not that. Here we've got the IBM and the Bix computers here, alternatives. So there are the two alternatives here, and there's a poverty markets, and we're pretty competitive, but we don't really care about them. Poor, we sort of get very expensive when it comes to filthy rich here. I don't think it's, yeah, we're very expensive for filthy rich people, but for rich people, we're kind of expensive, but yeah, for everyone else, yeah, we've got, our computers are really expensive. It's probably because we're kind of like the Apple of this world. And yeah, and being Steve Jobs adds that. Waiting for logistics upgrades. Okay, I'm still profiting pretty well. Ooh, I've got no research in the queue. That is kind of a waste, but I did get a bit of money because I didn't. Let's see here. Well, you know what? Let's get a fax machine. Or you know what? No, you know what? I'm getting the joystick because that's good. And the sound chip, sure. Ooh, let's market that. Computers. This computer, the Home Plus, is going to become 6,000 computer tycoon dollars. Let's press play. Ooh, yeah. So he's going to be hiring. I'm going to get a new manager probably. So yeah, I think I've done enough in this episode, so I think it's time to end off this episode. Before we end off this episode, though, I think it's a great idea to check our markets. So let's first look at the budget here. Our total, we made 539 million. We spent 704 million. No, wait, Huh? Why is that red? Because that's our income total. And that's our... you should probably swap these around because that should be red, that should be green. Yeah, honestly, when I'm on a video, I notice these mistakes much more often than if I were just not video, just playing around with it, because I usually play much less talking about it. So, and we've got a balance of 31 million. Somehow we made 164 million profit. Probably that's assets. I think this includes assets too. So, for example, we made 42.7 million selling us. Managers, we paid 3.5 million. Yeah, we did a bit of a bulk with site selling. In terms of sales here, home computers doing very well. And here's our share graph. Now, we're not going to be able to see this yet, but in terms of these, we're doing very well here. I think it's just because our logistics is just top notch here, and we got 47% of the market, and it's the same on both these because we've only just started this year. In terms of preferences, my markets, they're much less prestige oriented, but it's still the predominant one here. Got more features, preferences. In our markets, nobody cares about quality. Well, usually they do. Ease of use is not really big. Performance in our markets is huge, and capacity is slightly above average. So customers. So my top markets, India is my top market here. Tanzania here is that. Yeah, I think India's the sole reason we're here. India is literally 40% of all computer sales here. And honestly, I think that's how it's like in real life. In terms, 18% of our sales are from filthy rich markets and 82% from rich. There's a global buyers, it's still 52% rich, 13 filthy rich average. Poverty markets are barely buying computers here. That I think that's going to go up as time goes on. People start putting their logistics in markets that have poverty, but there's a singularity here. You've probably seen this screen before. I'll give you a second to pause and read this here. So, yeah. In terms of dominancy here, we are the dominant. I could play a day, but like this changes. If you press play, for example, I'm just gonna press play for one day. It kind of changes. I hope you focused in on this, but it changes every day. And now economy levels of my fans, they're mostly rich. I actually want to see how this compares to sales. So you've got more rich fans than filthy rich. Maybe it's just because our prices are better. But my markets, yeah, this is what percentage of are my sales purchases. 2% are fans, which is kind of interesting to show that without fans, you'd actually be doing, even if there's this very small amount of fans for the amount of people I've got, they were actually still a user group here. So they're usually small. Cheapskates are not buying my computers, kind of understandable because our computers are really expensive. In terms of here, gamers are also really buying your computer. Maybe it's just because they're really good on performance. I don't know. And workers here are third. So yeah, casuals, gamers, and workers are the three biggest groups. I always go and appeal to casuals because casuals are the biggest group. They're just the normal people. And honestly, I think Apple kind of orients the casuals and worker space, like people who just want something that works. So it's kind of role playing Apple, except it's a different company. And honestly, I don't think a single cheapskates buys cheapskaters. I would probably call them cheapskates, not cheap skaters. So yeah, I'm noticing so much right now. Like it's kind of crazy how much I'm noticing wrong. I think cheapskates would be better. But cheapskaters, I'll look that up. Maybe that is a correct method. Fans, Apple is kind of got fans, so makes sense. Well, fans market share. I actually have a higher fan market share, so people prefer my computers a lot. Yeah, so that's the fan share. So, for example, I've got half of all fans. So there's around like 2,500 fans in the world at the moment. Well, at the moment in this fictional simulation, of course. And top market of my fans, you've got India, 55%. New Zealand 16%, 10%. They're the markets of my fans, so India has definitely got fans. I think I already looked up that. So yeah, that's been enough for this episode, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. So goodbye.